Shalom, my brothers and sisters. It's always good to impart to you a message that will encourage the best for you and also myself. I would like to say in this prayer the importance of staying in the word of Yahweh. Naya la kwaka la kwalata baha baraya hawaha. I will take refuge in that word. In the word of Yahweh, I will take refuge. Kala kalaya. Yawatisra la yaka la yatislaha. No weapon that is formed against me will prosper. My brothers and sisters, it's a great day in our lives that we may lift up and say our prayer. Yaha la la ya ata shema Yahweh. Kaya nishagaba shemawa labadawa Allah aratis wa shema yama. Let them praise the name of Yahweh, for his name alone is excellent. His glory is above the earth and heaven. So I thank you for tuning in, dialing in, but the most important that to hear this lesson, because the confusion has started. And therefore, I want to give you the most important things for you. I mean, look in our community. Ain't nobody digging any holes for any shelter in the ground. Where is your defense? Where is your confidence when they're talking about eliminating the things that pertains to life itself? They're going to cut off your water. They're going to do hideous things. But let me go on to my lesson entitled, Yahweh God Will Judge. The tribes of Israel, food is the word of Yahweh. Your food is Yahweh's word. And therefore, when I started this prayer, we take refuge, what? In the word of Yahweh God. Deuteronomy chapter 8, verse 3, know that man does not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth out of the mouth of Yahweh does man live by his word. His word is the 12 tribes of Israel's food. Even in 1 Samuel chapter 3, verse 1, and the child Samuel ministered unto Eli, and the child Samuel ministered unto Yahweh before Eli. And the word of Yahweh was precious in those days. There was no open vision. He said the word was precious and there was no open vision. See, and it says in Proverbs 28, verse 8, where there is no vision, the people perish. But he that keepeth the Torah, happy is he, the word. He said there's no vision. So where's the vision at? Isaiah 29, verse 11. And the vision of all. He said all the words of all is become unto you as a word of a book. He said, Yahweh will tell you, he said, the vision of all has come unto you in the words of a book, that you will not be lost in these days upon the earth. So as it says in Isaiah 34, verse 16, seek ye out of the book of Yahweh and read. No one of these things shall fail, none shall want her mate. For my mouth it has commanded, and his spirit it has gathered them. So Yahweh is encouraging you. You're not lost. You're not lost in this world. You understand that he's telling you that his word, which is the vision, and he's telling you it's in a book, it's in the words. So he wants you to say, go and read these things. As it says, it is not working and they cannot put it together again. He said, this stuff is not working and they can't put it together again. The law and morality strengthens a people, but the leaders have dismantled it. They have been seduced by the evil darkness of this world. So Yahweh is telling you the circumstances by which things are taking place in the earth. He's telling you that the law and morality is the strength of any people, but the leaders have dismantled it. See, because as I've told you many times, government is not free. We pay for it. We pay for our leaders that they will lead us, but they will be punished by Yahweh because we pay for this. Like I said, let me say this, the people will win. It might look like, oh man, we no, because the leaders have turned their backs on the people. You understand what I'm saying? But Yahweh has told you his word is what you need to partake so that you can understand what he has for you on a personal basis. He said, what do you have for me? He says, my total interest is to keep the tribes of Israel calm, that your thoughts stay on Yahweh and his word, what he has said towards you. What did Yahweh say towards you, Israel? It said the tribes of Israel have found out, the tribes of Israel found our way by keeping the written words of Torah. You found your way. It said we will see the leaders implode, arguments that will never be settled from both sides. See, they're never going to settle. All they're going to do is argue. But at the same time, you have to be very aggressive to understand, well, what's going to happen to me? What is Yahweh going to do for me? Because I see, as it says here, it says, only with your eyes shall ye behold and see the reward of the wicked. It said, let them fight that their reward. Let them fight for their reward. What is their reward? Confusion. But it's still, you must answer, what is for you? Though Israel be as the sands of the sea, only a remnant shall be saved. Jeremiah 15, verse 11. Yahweh said, verily it shall be well with the remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil, in the time of affliction. So Yahweh tell you, in the time of affliction, he's going to treat you well. And this is something you need to know for yourself. But who is he going to treat well? The remnant. Though Israel be as it's saying, only that remnant that is keeping the commandments, that is struggling through this. You have to know what is put in place for you, no matter what is around you. Is Yahweh with you? You understand? We are a very elite people. And I want to encourage you to let you know how important, as it says in the wisdom of Solomon, second Ezra, he said, For the ungodly say, reasoning with himself, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious, and in the death of a man there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. So he says, I don't know nobody's returned from the grave. He says, and when you read it, and you can go and read it in the wisdom of Solomon, chapter 2, and he tells you, but in the Apocrypha, Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 42, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end. See, look what the wicked said, the ungodly. For the ungodly say, reasoning with themselves, but not aright. Our life is short and tedious. In death of a man, there is no remedy. Neither was there any man known to have returned from the grave. See, he's saying, man, like this thing is over. But as it says in there, he says, he answered me and said, this present life is not the end. See, this is the wisdom that Yahweh is giving us. So we don't say, oh my God, this is not the end. You can relax. You can just sit down and relax and call on the name of Yahweh God. Yahweh Elohim. You understand? Call his name. And as it says in the Apocrypha, Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 8 to 9, the people, as it says, the people cannot see that the life they once knew is never coming back. See, it's never coming back. It's over. Why is it over? It's not working, and they cannot put it back together. It's not working. They can't put this. Why? Because all they doing is arguing. It says, we will see the leaders implode. And that's what they doing. They just arguing. Arguments that will never be settled from both sides. They all point out that understand we pay. This is not a job they volunteer. We pay for them to come to a reasonable solution that they will function in behalf of the people that pay them. We pay them. It's not his money. Believe me, they will stand before the judgment of Yahweh God, and they all going to hell. See, we paid for the service. They ain't giving us nothing. They telling you like they giving, nah, 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 nah. They ain't giving us not one thing, so don't let nobody tell you it's free. Ain't no money in welfare free. That's your money. You understand? So I'm telling you, my brothers and sisters, I guarantee you that in the day of judgment, the people will rise up and the people will confess and tell how vicious and uncaring the leaders that should lead in diplomacy and caring for the people. How you gonna take and say y'all ain't gonna give no food? The food is no good if nobody's eating it. And how many people has a job? You understand? And you're gonna take SNAP and you just gonna close it up. You understand? But I'm saying to you is this. You have an alternative, and Yahweh told you, listen to me. He told you, and Yahweh said, verily, it shall be well with your remnant. Verily, I will cause the enemy to entreat you well in the time of evil. So you've been encloaked in righteousness by keeping the commandments of your God. Hallelujah. See, it's in you. For the commandments is a light, and the commandments is a lamp, and the Torah is a light, and that light is in you. And the angels know how to find you because you are compliant to keeping his word. These days are passing on, but hey, man, hey, these are beautiful days for those that got what? An answer to the problem. You have an answer to stay in the word of your God. That he's told you, he said, just stand here, you'll be fine. He says, and let me read this in Apocrypha 2, Esdras chapter 6, verse 8 to 9. And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau was born of him, Jacob's hand held fast the heel of Esau, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that follows. See, you and I will bring peace into the world. You look at yourself and you say, man, like, where's my army? He said, you should go into Egypt again. When did you have an army in Egypt? You understand? That's why your name is Yashara Allah. One that has power with God and man. You are a God among the gods. And the angelic beings, look, go and read the story of Jehoshaphat and that great army. And they didn't have no weapons. And it's and the spirit, because the Kohen, the spirit came down and told him, said, look, go back, told them where to go, what to do. And they went up with prayers and stuff. And when they got up, the angel was sent and slayed that great multitude. Go and read it. Man, like they said, man, where's their weapons? Our weapons is in the angelic beings. How'd you get out? I know it's kind of hard to believe because we believe in what we see. But I'm saying to you, my brothers and sisters, if you don't know you Israel, if you don't know to keep the commandments of Yahweh God, if you're struggling in the name of your God, then continue to research it, because let me tell you something, you ain't got nothing without this being true. You have to understand, they have tried to push everything in on us, every philosophy. But being that we Israel have stood strong, magnificent, we are the chosen of the living God. And he has said, and you shall go into Egypt again, and there you be sold for bondmen. And that description, man, you have to say, man, insight does not venture that far. He got insight. But when you look at the description, that it describes us totally. So who are these people that are in that land that's being murdered over something that's not theirs? I mean, if territory is there, but if you go and read Habakkuk, how about Ku? They told him, said, man, do not go into that land. Nobody was supposed to go in because it was land off limit. They went in there, what he said, and Jerusalem shall be a trouble. And Jerusalem has been a trouble stone for anybody that bothered it because it's not theirs. The guy, lady said, man, you going to Jerusalem? I said, for what? All that innocent blood? I ain't going there for what? You said, it's bad enough I live in a country and there's nothing but innocent blood all over the place. How they have murdered us in this country. Ecclesiasticus chapter 14. For Yahweh shall bring every work into judgment with every secret thing, whether it be good or whether it be, we said, Yahweh, you're going to stand before Yahweh God in judgment. You understand? You go to the hospital, instead of they giving you medicine that will complement the body, they give you chemicals. They give you chemical, that's chemical medicine. And chemical medicine destroys the body. And they know it. And they don't think that one day they're going to be held accountable. You are accountable for the job you do. Yahweh holds me accountable for saying the things to you to encourage you. And if I'm wrong, believe me, a lot of men have got stood up. Look at Reverend Ike. When he died, everything fell apart. You got to be careful what you say to people. You're going to get people up, tell them a lie and follow them. He says, what? There's a way that seemeth right. It says the leaders of the people cause them to error. Those that stand up to lead them, telling them false information. And the bad part about it, many of them know that the information they're given is wrong. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it said there's a way that seemeth right. It seems right, but the way they are leadeth to death. So you got to be very scrutinizing. You can listen to anybody, but when you're going to what? Truly partake of it. Hey, my brothers and sisters, like I've been telling you, I teach three things: that we Israel keep the commandments and the name of Yahweh God. I stand by that. And I tell you, I say, you keep these commandments and you call on the name of Yahweh God. Because I don't have nothing else for you, because that's all I do. And it works. Because I stand in the Ruach Yah. And I share that with you from my experience. As it is said, I will render to every man according to his work. All of us. That's what? Proverbs 24, verse 29. Isaiah 13, verse 11. And I will punish the world for their evil, and the wicked for their iniquity. And I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and I will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. Oh, hallelujah. It said, wicked and evil people are not exempt from punishment, even though they believe that they are. You know, ain't nothing gonna happen to me. They don't understand everything by your action. He says, I will render to every man according to his works, that you are responsible. A man is responsible for his family. Sometimes people can't get along, but you make sure you send that money. You make sure you take care of them kids. Sometimes you can't. And if by any means y'all might be able to mend it together, but if you got children and responsibility, you take care of them. If y'all can't agree, then you find somebody that can be a liaison, but take care of your responsibility. That's very important, you know, and I advocate that. And as it says, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily, therefore the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. See, these people don't believe that they're going to be punished for the evil, wicked, nasty things that they have done. Why? Because they say, oh, it ain't coming. My brothers and sisters, everything that you do, because many times you ask a wicked man, would he like done what he's doing to you? Would he like done to him? And I'm telling you, the answer will astound you, and it will be no. But then why do you do it? You know, when you are a leader is very important to a people. Very important. Our dreams is in our leaders. Why? Because we pay for them you know, to lead us, to instruct us, to make our life, profitable by having structured leadership structure. I mean, most people, they want to raise their family, work, go home. They're not a menace to their community. The majority of them are compliance to the law. So you ask yourself, what you must do? Hey, my brothers and sisters, find a way out of this mess. And the best way to find a way out of this mess, is to keep the commandments of Yahweh. So it says in the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 8, verse 15, because sentence against an evil work is not executed speedily. This because it's not done speedily. Therefore, the hearts of the sons of men is fully set in them to do evil. That's why you have these hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes. You understand what I'm saying? Flash flooding. You got it. Tsunamis. Because the people are aching. They're tired. The evil people of this earth have worn them out. You ain't gonna take this money with you. Like they piling up money. Man, like, hey, let's get all the money. The most important thing is that you've been given to be able to serve. To be able to serve. Nobody, you don't have to give, but you've made it hard. You've taken people that you say they don't have nobody's gonna help them. So let's go down there and beat on them. And my brothers and sisters, if anybody in this country has been beat on more than black people, let me know. They have tore us up in this country. I mean, man, we can't find our way down a straight line. They have beat us up so bad. See, and it says, when we read, be not afraid when one is made rich, when the glory of his house is increased. For when he died, he shall carry nothing away. His glory shall not descend after him. You ain't taking nothing, but Yahweh wants you to enjoy. He wants you, and you can enjoy the things of this earth. And he wants you to enjoy. It has no value if you don't. You understand? He's not a petty God. He's not that type of God. Like I'm gonna beat you in the head. No, it's not like that. He's a very comforting God. And I want you to call his name. I want you to fall in love with him. I want you to walk down the straight and narrow path. Hallelujah. In every way, my brothers and sisters. Behold, I will bring them from the north country and gather them from the crusts of the earth. And with them the blind, and them the lame, the woman with child, and them and her that travail with child. Together a great multitude, a great company shall return. You can't get it no sweet. He says what? Behold, I will bring them from the north country, all the way in the western part of North America. It says, when we pass through the waters, I will be with you. And through the rivers, they shall not overflow you. Oh, hallelujah. When you walk through the fire, you shall not be burnt, neither shall the flame be kindled upon you. I don't know how better to say it. I don't know how sweet, but I'll say to you, may Yahweh bless you in every way, and may you have a prosperous life in the spirit of Yahweh. And I thank you for hearing my lesson. Hallelujah.